Jorma maybe had some small, I wouldn't say small, but some other kind of summer seminars for 8 years in Gotland together.
It was quite big seminars actually.
Yeah, but the Lillsved itself was, as I remember, it was Frank Ostov who really wanted to make a summer seminar in the Swedish archipelago.
It started with all the exchange between Jan Nevelius and me in the beginning, then followed by Jorma. So for us, it was a kind of to free ourselves from all this daily routine, from these daily trainings. It was a kind of laboratory where we came together and shared all our findings from the rest of the year.
He gave a seminar here in Stockholm in Vanadis, and then I think it was in November. It was very dark, very rainy, and it was Sunday. And we had a list. We went to different places, and Lillsved was at the bottom of the list. And it was raining like crazy, and it was very dark. And Frank's flight was going soon. And I said to Frank, let's give up, But Frank is Frank, and he said, no, we have to push this through. I want to go to the last place on the list. So in the rain, we drove out here, and it was completely dark, raining like hell. And we walk in, and then we start to see the buildings and everything. And then we both said, this is it. And I think all three of us had an idea of that we wanted to do some kind of, we call it healing Aikido.
At that time, I remember that Jan and me, we were really strongly involved in Qigong, and from the beginning on, we were introducing our knowledge of Qigong in this seminar.
We didn't want to emphasize the martial aspects in particular too much, but it should be a good feeling to be here. You should, in the end of the seminar, feel better than in the beginning of the seminar, not the other way around. What we all had in common is we were exploring the contact. We weren't really exploring how to fight other people. We were exploring the quality of the contact. And from that quality came the movements. And of course we were inspired from our teachers to do this. Endo Sensei, Sia Sensei, Noel Sensei. But then we had also our own ideas.
But I think I felt it all the time. I don't know, but I think Jan felt it also. It was just when the time was ready, it had to start somewhere. And maybe it was around that time.
For me, it was, if I remember back, it was one of my greatest times. I was always looking forward to this week in Sweden.
And I think also since our Aikido is so centered around the meeting, also relating, and not only relating in the technique, but also relating to other people became a part of our Aikido. And here in Lillsved, it's a community that is connected to our Aikido. So the Aikido is not separated from what we're trying to do outside. It's kind of blended, and I think it's enriched by both. The community has enriched me and Jorma to do what we are doing. So it's an exchange, really. It's really an exchange.
For me, it's like when Jan and me started to practice, it was some creative, which only happens. For me, it's like Lennon-McCartney, actually. Because I practiced with so many people, even when I started. But actually, it was only with you where we really could start to give each other space to develop ourselves. And this is, I remember how we started. We didn't know what to do, really. Our special training. So we decided we do some EQ, I don't know. We felt both. It's more important not to say anything of your own idea, just practice.
And we decided, let's train and not block each other.
Just train.
Just train. I think the only rule we had was like, if it hurts, tell me, And I found there were some things I could do only with Jorma. And then we worked on it, and then I could do it with one more person.
2 more.
And then I could do it with 2 more. And then I could do it with 100 more people. Some of the most precious things has to be a little bit protected, you know, have to grow in a safe environment, allowing the creativity from each other to flourish.
Learning, I mean, if you run a seminar, you have to think, what are you teaching? But I think, just like you said, just create, like when you have a garden, create the soil, and people do.
It is a balance between free creativity and some kind of direction, I think. So, and this is a delicate balance, because if you direct too much, there's no creativity. But if there's too much creativity, there's no direction. And then everybody will find their own truth, you know. But you have to be a little guide, you know, tour guide. So I mean, we are 2 tour guides, you know.
Yep.
We don't have all the answers, but we are 2 tour guides and say, let's go over there.
I mean, I can only talk for myself, for my Aikido, but it's not just about this seminar, but it really developed for me, my person. And of course, this is the biggest thing for me in the last years. This seminar. It's, how should I say, confirmation of our work.
The social exchange and the different cultures, different people from so many countries, and it's just fantastic. And I feel it's very enriching for me, and I feel it's like enriching for other people. Someone said to me that I'm not coming to Lillsved so much for Jorma and you, I'm coming to Lillsved for the community. And I take that as a compliment, you know. If you have created something that is bigger than you, you have accomplished something. I can feel that Lillsved is bigger than us. You know, it's moving by itself, you know. And who knows what will happen in the future. But it's really a fantastic seminar, a fantastic group of people and exchange.
The question is, what would I say to people who've never been here before?
Yep.
Okay. Ready? Lillsved is a wonderful place to come. It's adult camp. It is for a place you would never want to leave. It would be like if you were with all your best friends and you could just stay forever and play. My match is out.
Tough guy.
Lillsved is a fantastic place, good food, beautiful nature, and fantastic Aikido training. And it's a very good place for this little sweetheart.
Okay. I think Lillsved is all about connection. We are connecting in so many levels to each other, to the nature, and in so many ways. Aikido is just one of them, but Aikido is the one.
Lillsved. There are deer, there are rabbits, there are trees. Can I keep talking?
The wind blew that, no finish.
Hello, my name is Charles, and I've been coming to Lillsved since the beginning, and it's been wonderful. That's one thing. It starts with just phenomenal Aikido training, and it has developed further into almost like a family. You keep returning, you feel how it's changed, how you've changed, how the place has changed, and you're wondering if the light's gone out.
Imagine a green island in the blue sea, full of shining people in friendly changing contact. We only say, once Lillsved, always Lillsved.
Okay.
Du sollst nicht so wackeln, sonst rutscht es mir immer vom Platz.
Ja, okay.
Mir gefällt deine Sammeln. Du musst auch noch was sagen.
Was? Was soll ich denn sagen?
Was dir gefällt. Hier.
Yeah, well, Lillsved is very special. It's a seminar about eating and meeting, plus some Aikido. Good.
And we have a quote from Alan Watts.
The principle is that anytime you let up control, in other words, cease to cling to yourself, you have an access to power, because you are wasting energy all the time in self-defense, trying to manage things, trying to force things, trying to control people. The moment you stop doing that, that wasted energy becomes available and you are one with the divine principle. You have the energy. When you are trying, however, to act as if you were God, that is, to not trust anybody, to be the dictator, and to keep everybody in line, you lose the divine. Because what you are doing is simply defending yourself. The principle is this: the more you give it away, the more it comes back.
So the nice thing about Lillsved is that it is a place where you really can be on vacation and relax and get a good feeling. Also on the tatami, on the mat. And at the same time, the practice is really sharp. So we kind of meet the moment of death in a nice way.
Lillsved is Aikido nerd camp with 125 of your extended cousins that you've never met before, but it's all one big family.
When I'm in Lillsved, I feel very happy, and I think happiness is so important. So, you know the song from Pharrell Williams, Happy? You have to listen to it, and then you know the feelings I have in Lillsved. But there's one thing I don't like, that the party stops so early.
Lillsved, yeah, it's hard to explain why we should be in Lillsved, right? It's like, it's actually not around teachers. Of course, Jan and Jorma are creating pretty great atmosphere, but it's more, for me, it's more about what really happens in the group, with the other people. I never felt as welcome in such a big group. And usually I don't like groups as big, but here is something else.
Lillsved is an Aikido sanatorium with weird people running around in white costumes, much like any other sanatorium.
There's ticks, there's mosquitoes, there's no water. They keep making us do this exercise stuff and it hurts. The weather's kind of crap. People are okay mostly. There's two guys just keep making us do stuff all the time. It's quite upsetting actually. Okay. I just want to say thank you for this wonderful Aikido camp and
So first of all, it's a fantastic place in the nature. You have to see it, you have to enjoy it. Second, it's a fantastic place to meet creative people, to learn more about yourself and to make friends for life. Yeah? Now I burn my fingers.
I would just like one more time to say thank you to Frank Ostov, because I mean we did Gotland and everything, but he really was the spark for this seminar. He contributed to this seminar for 11 years. He was here, and without him we would not be here. So I would really like to say thank you from my heart to Frank Ostov.
I fully agree with you. So
wouldn't be anything without him.
I wish all the best to Jan and Jorma, and that they should continue in the spirit we have started. I really wish from the bottom of my heart that it can continue as long as possible.
Och jag står i fönstret, kikar på mitt går. Julen min törst, stå min bror. Stå för deras skutar. Och den kommer närmare, bankar på min dörr. Och den vägrar gå, hjärtat blöd. Skål för denna skuta. Ge mig ut på havet, lämnar orden kvar. Jularna hans sorg, men jag far. Skål för denna skuta.